He's done it again, and it's starting to get absolutely ridiculous. Alejandro Kirk is making the case for being the most important player on the Toronto Bleu Jays, and a lot of attention was cast on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the offseason, and for good reason. Vladdy ended up signing a $500 million deal, become the third highest paid player in Major League Baseball history, but quietly, the Blue Jays extended Alejandro Kirk for another 5 years, and that has been a stroke of genius by Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro thus far in the early returns of that contract. So I'll break down what Kirk has done this season, how great he's been, and what he's on track to do for the rest of the year on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Welcome in, everybody, to 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, and before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Large percentage of you who are watching these videos aren't subbed to the channel, so close to 3K. Support has been unbelievable lately, so shout out to you guys. But let's get into it, and the Blue Jays keep separating themselves from that 500 mark. They're now 6 games above 500, 36-30, playing some really good ball as of late, going for yet another series win tonight, against the St. Louis Cardinals, and another win yesterday in comeback fashion for the Blue Jays, who lead the league in that mark, and they have just been tremendous, and they have been led by Alejandro Kirk, who had a 4-hit game yesterday, who's now tied for the franchise record for most 4-hit games by a catcher, ties Ernie Witt, great Canadian over there. So the Blue Jays catcher has been fantastic. He's accumulated 2.2 wins above replacement, F-WAR that is, which is a lot harder to get than B-WAR, a lot more strict. So he's batting over 310. He's batting over 365 in clutch situations, whether it's 2 outs, whether it's runners in scoring position, 2 strikes. The guy just gets it done, and he does not strike out. He is putting the ball in play, and defensively, I mean, that is his best attribute. He has a 100th percentile fielding run value, whether it's throwing out guys on the base pass, whether it is framing pitches, stealing strikes for his pitcher. Alejandro Kirk has been doing it all for the Toronto Blue Jays, and it's been very impressive to watch what he has been able to accomplish. And 5-year extension, it's going to take him into his age 32 season, I believe, and he's only getting better year after year, whether it's defensively, whether it is with the bat. Started off slow, weren't really sure what kind of production that they would get from him offensively, but he has really turned the corner, getting on base at a massive clip. I'd like to see some more power, but that's not his game. He's hitting line drives, and that is when Alejandro Kirk excels and when he's at his best. Hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things to do in sports, and hitting a major league fastball or any major league pitch for that matter might be the hardest thing to do in all of professional sports. Now, add to the fact that when you get to 2 strikes, you're a virtual out. You are basically dead in the water. The opposite is true for Alejandro Kirk, who's batting .354 with 2 strikes, which is better than his season average. And then you add to that, he has a 900 OPS or a near 900 OPS with 2 strike count. And like I mentioned before, he's batting over 365 in all of these situations. Now let me list them. 2 strikes, runners in scoring position, 2 outs. It's truly unbelievable what he has been able to accomplish this season. And the Jays are getting contributions from everyone up and down their lineup. Now, you look at Vladdy's numbers, you look at Bo's numbers, and they don't necessarily jump out at you. So you're wondering, how the hell is this team 36-30? How are they staying above water, especially with the injury to Max Scherzer and Bowden Francis not being a very reliable piece for them in the rotation this year? Well, the answer is simple. It's Alejandro Kirk, Addison Barger. You've had Ernie Clement really stepping up here lately. And Anthony Santander, their big-time acquisition in the offseason, is on the IL, and he's not playing well. And the Blue Jays have a .700 winning percentage with him out of the lineup. So it just shows you what kind of depth that the Blue Jays have, and how well those guys have stepped up in the absence or the underperformance of some other pieces on the roster. But that'll wrap it up for this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Thank you all so much for making it this far, and I will see you all tomorrow. Alejandro Kirk has been an unbelievable story. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below.